So when you play Among Us, you only have one goal. You have to finish your task before the imposters win the game. The imposters only have one mission, and that's to eliminate the crewmates. But have you ever wondered who was the first imposter? Well, that's a question that I'm gonna be answering in this video. But before we get started, I wanna ask you a favor. If you can go down below and hit that like button, let's see if we can reach our like goal of 25,000 likes. That way I know you wanna see more of these type of videos. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that red subscribe button with the bell icon turned on, so you don't miss out on any future videos. But now let's continue with the story of Patient Zero. So most of us have asked ourselves this question at least once. Who was the first imposter? And this is a question that most of us don't know the answer to. Because when you downloaded the game and got into your first few matches, there was most likely a different imposter in each round. And sometimes you're the imposter. So nobody really knows the answer to that question, because by now there's probably millions of imposters. But who was the first one? So the release date of Among Us was June 15th, 2018. The game was only available on iOS and Android, and then the game was released on PC on November 16th, 2018. And if we take a look at the trailer, the imposters already existed during this time. So that means that the first imposters came out before the release date of the game. The first map in Among Us was the map of Scaled, then Mira HQ, and then the map of Polus, which is an entirely different planet. And according to several rumors, many people believe that the first imposter actually came from the map of Polus. I probably shouldn't call the map of Polus a map, it's more of a planet. And during the time that I have been playing Among Us, I have noticed some different things about the maps. The Scaled, Mira HQ, and the airship all seem very organized and under control, while Polus has broken vents, there's a massive hole, and in the laboratory there's even a broken stall and broken glass. So a big event took place on the map of Polus, but nobody knows when and how it happened. We were just thrown into the map without an explanation. And that is when the rumors began to spread that the first imposter actually came from this planet. And I would have to agree. And here's why. So every single time that I would play on the map of Polus, something strange would happen. In that map, I have managed to encounter several imposters, such as Murray, who is known as the King of Polus, and he can be found underneath the planet, which is where he's hiding. This is also the same location that you can find Andromeda, and we'll get back to her later. Molten can be found inside of the lava pool that is right next to the office area. And in this map, I have also encountered Saboteur, Red, and even Ivan. So as you can see, this map is full of imposters and mysteries that are yet to be solved. And what I find really strange is that this map is filled with imposters more than any other map, aside from maybe the airship. So there has to be a reason on why there's so many imposters on the map of Polus. And it does make a lot of sense that there is a lot of imposters on this planet because of all the destruction that could only be caused by the imposters, which are far bigger than the crewmates. So I decided to do some research because I really wanted to know the answer on who the first imposter was, and the answer that I received was Patient Zero. So according to the legend, Patient Zero was the first imposter. We pretty much already established that. And he came to life many years ago on the map of Polus. The reason why his name is Patient Zero is because, well, he is the first patient on whatever turns the crewmates into imposters. So the story starts off like this. There was an alien inside of a spaceship who was traveling across the galaxy. The alien was lost and couldn't find his way back, but his spaceship began to fail, which caused him to crash into the map of Polus way before the crewmates arrived. Polus is a very cold planet, which is why you can see snow across the entire base. The alien ended up freezing due to the cold temperature, and his body was never found, up until the crewmates arrived millions of years later, and the crewmates decided to establish a base on this newly discovered planet, since it had the resources that they needed in order to continue exploring the galaxy. But what the crewmates didn't know was that they weren't alone. The alien was already there way before them. Since the first mission included several scientists, Dr. Zero was the one that managed to find the alien ship. He was afraid to tell the other scientists about his discovery because he was afraid of causing chaos, so he kept it a secret. He left the alien ship there for a few days until he decided to come back with some equipment. At first, he didn't find anything inside of the spaceship, so he looked around the snow, and that is when he found the frozen alien on the floor. At first, he didn't know what to do. I mean, who wouldn't know what to do if you find an alien? So Dr. Zero decided to take the alien's body into the lab, and he began to do his studies. Which is why you can find a bunch of test tubes filled with the parts of the alien that he discovered, which you can see till this day. But that is when something terrible happened to Dr. Zero. One day while Dr. Zero was in the lab, the alien woke up and went after Dr. Zero and bit him. This caused Dr. Zero to go to the emergency room, where he would be hospitalized for a few days, up until he was pronounced dead. What the scientists didn't know was that Dr. Zero's body was being eaten by the alien. The scientists got his body and threw him out because they were afraid to be the next victim. And this is how Patient Zero got his name. He was the first patient, and well, the Zero came from Dr. Zero. A few days had passed, and Dr. Zero came back to life. This time he didn't look like himself. He had a teeth sticking out of his mouth, and his visor was more green. Patient Zero was now born, and ever since this day the imposters began to spread, because Patient Zero was looking for his next victims, which he eventually found. And apparently there's actually a way to summon Patient Zero, and I actually managed to summon him using some simple steps. You must first go into free play on the map of Polus. That way Patient Zero knows you're alone. Then you want to go into the office area and go down into the admin table and stand next to the green plant until the DVD logo hits the corner of the screen 5 times. Then you want to walk into the specimen room and go towards the table. You want to make sure that you hit the container and the table 5 times. Make sure that you go back and forth. And finally, you want to enter the decontamination room, which is in between specimen and the laboratory. Stand in the corner, and Patient Zero will appear with only one mission. If you want to see more story videos on the rest of the imposters, let's try to get this video to 25,000 likes. I do also want to give a massive shout out to Kitty King for helping me produce this video. If you want to support a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And if you're new to this channel and want to see more of my story videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. And check out these other Among Us story videos that are found on my channel.